Welcome to 40 Weeks and More. My name is Edem Knight-Tay. I have always been of the view that children deserve all the happiness in the world. Left to me alone, they should not experience any form of pain whatsoever. After all, what do they even know? But I agree, that's wishful thinking. On 40 Weeks and More today, Gloria will be on the show with her 2-year-old son. She will tell us how she discovered an abnormality in her son's eye, followed through with it, and eventually realizes that the child had retinoblastoma, cancer of the eye. Sadly, this 2-year-old boy has one of his eyes removed. Gloria will be on the show with her son to tell their story. But I would also like you to remember always that 40 Weeks and More is our contribution towards realizing SDG 3 that seeks to reduce the global maternal mortality rate to 70 in every 100,000 live births by 2030. And a very big thank you to our sponsors, Ernest Chemist Limited, Ship Healthcare Specialist Medical Center, also to Labadi Beach Hotel. We also say thank you to our supporters, Lunch Avenue, Deco Zone, Our Luri, and Dobeta Merchandise. Today on the show, we are looking at childhood cancers, how a mother will carry pregnancy for 40 weeks, go through everything you have to go through, and then before the child is 2 years, this child has cancer, to the extent that the child's eye has to be taken off. Meet my guest, and we will get into that conversation.
My name is Gloria Owusu. I'm a mother of 2-year-old son who has been diagnosed with Retinoblastoma, which is a cancer of the eye. Today I'm coming to share my story on 40 Weeks and More.
My name is Dr. Judith Ayamga. I work with Kolebu Teaching Hospital at the Children's Department. I'm excited to be here to be discussing retinoblastoma, that is cancer that specifically affects the eye in children, on the show 40 Weeks and More.
Thank you very much for staying glued to your sets. Gloria, you're welcome to 40 Weeks and More. How are you? I know this is not a condition you particularly want for your son, but thank you for coming to share so other parents can also learn, right? And Dr. Ayamga, thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Gloria, what happened to your son?
I was there with him. Just one day I saw that the way he was walking, I couldn't see him well. So when sometimes I used to take picture with him, when I take picture, I would see that there's something white inside the eye. And I compared to my husband, there's something going on in my son's eye, so we should do something about it. So I took him to one of the hospitals, Efijasi, that's Oyoko Hospital. And they referred us to Confanochi. And the doctor told us my boy, my 2-year-old boy is having cancer of the eye.
Hold on, he just told you that?
Yeah, they did the examination. Everything, for the doctors, they know what is there, but how to tell us was a very difficult task for them. So they want you go to and do this lab, go to this place. So there was a doctor who has been moving with me. Calm down, shall be well, okay? I was thinking, Mama, what is going on that they are saying, calm down, shall be well, calm down, shall be well. So they asked me to go the next morning, I should come and meet the pediatric doctor. I will ask for them they are only specialized in the eye, so for the
for the children.
Yeah. So I asked for them, they have been seeing a lot of cases, so it's not easy for them to just bring out that this is what's going on. So the doctor called my husband and called me and said, Madam, He just closed the one which can see. He said I should call him. When I call my son, he cannot come. He just followed the voice. Cannot see me. In fact, that day was a shocking news in my life. And what will I do? They said that my son cannot see again, and it's that's retinoblastoma. That's the cancer of the eye. And if it is not done early, that we should not go and do MRI. We should not go and see ophthalmology. It will lead to the other eye and get to the brain, and that maybe I will lose him. That's what they said. That was a shocking news in my life.
Gloria, calm down. Let me help you to calm down. I know it's a very shocking news, but calm down for me, okay?
Okay.
I empathize with you, and I know Doc does too, so calm down for me, okay? Now let me, because I want you to relax. Is he your only child?
No, I have 3 girls, and he's a really boy. I've been praying that God should give me
A
a
boy.
I didn't know that God would give me a boy and give this attack this
Calm
way.
down,
I don't know. I don't know that you will give me a boy and attack this weight. Then why did I ask for a boy?
Calm down, Gloria. Calm down. Calm down.
Did I do anything wrong?
No, you didn't do anything wrong. But you didn't. I want you to calm down. Doc, she's asking a very important question. And from a mother's point of view, it's a legit question. Did I do anything wrong? I have been praying for God to give me a son. Because she already has 3 girls. Got pregnant, went through the whole 9 months, 10 months, 40 weeks, everything. And then you end up with a child who has cancer. Did she do anything wrong?
So, I would like to encourage you to also relax. You did nothing wrong, okay? For when it comes to cancer in children, we are not able to explain exactly what is behind it. Unlike in adults, you can say that, oh, this man was smoking and so he got lung cancer, or this woman did hormonal therapy and ended up with breast cancer or cancer of the uterus. In the case of children, it is not explainable. Specifically, cancer of the eye in children sometimes is inherited.
I see.
Yes. So some of them occur randomly, others are inherited. So for instance, as he has had cancer of the eye, you have to, in future, when he gives birth to children, you have to watch them carefully. In that case, you start examining their eyes right from birth, and we follow them through until they are after 5 years old.
Okay.
So you did absolutely nothing
wrong.
wrong.
So Gloria, you didn't do anything wrong. I know because you're a mother and I feel your pain. But look at your son. He's still a very happy boy, playing and living his life. But this is not what you expect. Let me ask you, when you were pregnant, were you going for your antenatals?
Yes. Every day. So that
Do we have to cut this? Thank you for staying with us. Baby Opoku Mensah had to be taken away a little bit, but when he's calm, we're sure we'll bring him back to the set. Maybe he'll tell us something as well. But Gloria, I was asking you earlier, when you were pregnant, did you go through all your antenatals?
yes. I went through all the process.
You didn't have any challenges?
No. Normal process I've been going through for the 3 days. The same thing.
Nobody told you anything that your child probably may have an issue? Nothing.
Nothing.
And your labor was also normal?
Yes.
You delivered normally?
Yes.
Okay. Doc, are these things that can be seen during pregnancy, picked up somehow?
Unfortunately, no.
No.
Unfortunately. The best way to pick them up is after delivery, when you have the opportunity to look into the child's eye. And you will notice, like she explained earlier, when you take a picture, ideally when you shine light into anybody's eye, the inner aspect of your eye, that's black, there's another tiny hole inside there. It should appear red. That's what we call the red reflex.
Okay.
So in the situation where you take a picture or you shine light and it appears white, that's abnormal.
And that can be picked at birth?
Yes, even at birth. That's if the cancer has started.
Okay.
Yes. So for cancer of the eye, usually it occurs in children that are commonly younger than 5 years. Commonly. And so there are situations where we're able to pick them up at birth, like right after birth. Okay, if you examine the eyes, you can pick them up. But sometimes it doesn't start at birth.
At birth.
It takes a bit of time. And so when there are risk factors, like when you get to know that maybe Gloria's child, so your subsequent children have greater risk of getting retinoblastoma. And so in that situation, if you happen to give birth again, then you would have to report. We have to start examining their eyes from birth at certain intervals.
Okay. Doc, she has 3 previous children. Do they stand any risk in future?
So commonly, like I said, it occurs in children that are younger than 5 years. Okay. Never say never in medicine, but then the older they are, the less the risk.
The risk. Yes. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. We will be right back. Thank you very much for staying tuned. This is 40 Weeks and More, and today we are having a conversation around childhood cancers. We're talking to Gloria, who is sharing her story about how she noticed that her 2-year-old son, I'm sure she even noticed it before the boy turned 2, has cancer of the eye. But let me say thank you to Ernest Chemist Limited, Ship Healthcare Specialist Medical Center, to Labadi Beach Hotel, Deco Zone, to Arluri, to Lunch Avenue, and also to Dobeta Merchandise. Gloria, so from when you went to the hospital, you ran the test and realized that this was the situation, what happened next?
I couldn't believe it. So I told my husband that we should come to Accra, Kolebu. Maybe there will be a different story. Because just one day, you just can't stand up and tell that my son cannot see. So we went to Kolebu and they, the same thing.
So when you came to Kolebu and they told you that this was the situation, now you believed it? No. Still within me, I will not believe it. So when they explained things to us, they took us to the ward, that's the oncology ward. They started treating us. So one of the nurses came to me and just reassured me that all is well. I said, okay. Then he said that I know you can read too. Just take book, cancer book and read. When he gave the book to me, I got that shock and, excuse me, say that I menstruated on myself. Oh.
I said, what? My son getting cancer. Cancer is even far away.
Oh.
Far away, not even me. How can my son, my only boy getting cancer? I said, so one of the doctors came to me. Yours there is good though. Yours is good. It's good that you detected like you saw it, yeah, sorry. You saw it and look around, so your own there's no problem with it. I said, no, doctor. Come and wear my shoe and see how I'm feeling.
Oh.
My 2-year-old boy, one of eye is going to be removed and saying that all is well. All is never well for me. But When I went to the hostel, it's not easy. And I said that, oh God, thank you. The way you have even done for us is enough. Some have the truth, but they can't see. And they have the cancer, they have the kidney has been removed. Some can't walk. Some,
and they're all children.
Yeah, some is in the brain, even the uterus. So I said, I can't. If I complain from morning to evening, there's no results. I can't ask God anything. So now I just accepted it. We are moving on. It's not easy, but sometimes when people come from the world to the hostel, I pretend I'm okay. I'll just go to this way. Don't cry, it's way. Look at others. They are all making it. You too, you can make it. But within me, when I get inside, I cry a lot.
You will cry.
It's not easy, but I don't know how. I don't know how it started. I don't know how it's going to end, but I'm giving everything to God.
So tell me, have you started, you've started treatment, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How did the news of the surgery come to you? How did it happen? How long ago has it been?
We are going for 6 cycle with the chemotherapy.
Okay.
So I was my own. The doctor said that it has reached that group P. So they have to remove it early. That's emergency. Emergency surgery has to be done on him.
Wow.
So we spent almost 2 weeks in the ward. Then they referred her to the eye clinic. And the doctor said that they have to remove it. It's emergency. So we have to go and gather some money. So it's 14th March. And they did the surgery for him.
Oh, just
yes.
last month?
Yes.
I see.
You have to go for blood. And the problem is that when they give them the chemotherapy, it breaks down the cells.
Oh.
It doesn't function again. And the blood, small time, because of the white blood cell infection, small time, if you don't take good care of them, they will get infection. And when they give them the chemo, they don't eat. So it's not easy. And the blood to the HB will be low. So we have to go to blood bank. We have to ask for people to come and donate for you. In fact, it's not easy. In the money aspect, it's not easy.
But how do you think he's doing? From when you detected it to seeing him now, how do you think he's faring?
For now, I think my son is okay. I've been seeing when the eye was there, every day we crying. We will not sleep. For almost, since we came here, like 3 months now, until they remove the eye. Now he can go to bed and sleep well for me. He'll be crying, Mom, my eye. And I told him to be well, okay? Don't cry every day. That's what he has been. Like it itches. It itches. So every day he'll be crying. It's in the eye. When you see the sign, it will change to red. Yeah.
When it was there?
Yeah.
Wow.
And you see the veins that
on the eye?
Yeah. And it will be reddish.
And all that was breaking you?
It's not easy.
It will break any mother.
It's not easy.
It will break any mother.
It's not easy.
I remember somewhere in December, very good friend, and we got together and went to visit the children at the cancer unit, Kolibu. And it was heartbreaking to see children that you expect at that age. All they need to do is be happy, run around, play around, and just be happy. But these are ailing kids, and it just breaks you. So I really can understand what you're going through, Gloria. Even when your child is sick and they can't eat, your child has a cold, and you realize that they have a blockage in their nose and they can't breathe well. A mother wants to go in there and suckle the mucus out and all of those. So I totally understand you. Doc, let's do a little bit of education here again. So, is it likely that the other eye could get infected as well?
Okay, so this is a bit tricky here.
It's a bit tricky. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, because we do have bilateral retinoblastoma. The situation where both eyes are affected. So when we have situations like that, then we are always sure that those ones are inherited.
The two?
Yes.
And do they occur usually at the same time?
Most of the time, at the same time.
Wow.
Yes. I think somewhere last year around July, we got a baby about 3-4 months old with that.
3-4 months old baby?
Yes. So it does happen.
And until now, I mean, research hasn't really shown the exact causes and if it can be prevented?
No. So prevention of cancer in children for now.
It's a no.
No. So the key here is early detection.
Because it can happen.
It can
That's
happen
what we have to...
At any time. You can't tell. You can't tell.
So you talked about the fact that when you flashlight the red, then maybe you are seeing all white. What other symptoms, what other things can you see to tell, to detect that probably this child's eye is going, or in other cancers, childhood cancers generally?
Okay, so for retinoblastoma, the commonest thing is the whitish spot in the eye. Okay. However, sometimes you can also have the children easily tripping and falling. So I don't know if you experience that. They walk a bit, they fall. So that means their vision is poor, affected. Or the eye we call me show me baby.
The squint.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm looking at you, but my eyeball is looking
elsewhere.
Outward, upward, or even downward. Okay, that's another big sign that could indicate, I'm not saying only for cancers, could indicate that the child might have cancer of the eye.
And generally in other childhood cancers?
So for other childhood, there are different types.
Different
types. We have cancers of the blood, cancers of the lymph nodes, cancers of the kidneys, almost every organ, cancers of the bone. So she was saying that others cannot walk.
Because they have cancers of the bone, maybe.
Yes.
And
so
all of these can just spring up on you.
At any point in time. These children are usually walking around, playing their football, and then the next minute, they start to have the symptoms. So since we're not talking about other cancers, I'll just limit to the retinoblastoma.
And that's quite very common in children under age 5.
Okay, so so cancer in children generally is not very common. Let me say it's not very common. It's just that even if one person has cancer, it's concerning. That's why we are worried.
But there are quite a number of children, even here in Ghana, at the wards and the hostel.
Yeah, right. But if you compare those numbers to the children that we have,
there are.
Yes, it's not very common.
But those are cases and cases that have been reported.
Yes, it is concerning. Yeah.
Gloria. So how many cycles of the chemo have you had?
We're on the 3rd cycle.
We're on the 3rd cycle.
Yes.
And you say that when it happens, it breaks him, he's not able to eat and all that.
Yes.
So how do you handle him when he's going through all those phases?
I just give him liquid food. I use syringe.
Syringe?
Yeah, to feed him.
Even now?
Yeah, I was even doing it outside there. Since morning, I was not to have to give Pediasure. That's what I've been giving to him every day. Unless next week you go and do lab, they say the cells no go tomorrow. Next time you come, like we are wasting time. The age we everything, so we have to force him
to eat.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can do. The liquid, coconut water, malt. Pediasure. That's what I've been giving to him.
How long have you been in Accra with him?
3 months.
3 months. All the 3 months you've been here?
Yes.
So what about your other children?
Then Jamal said, with my husband, it's not easy. Home away from home.
Which one is the home away from home?
It's not easy.
You say some very interesting things.
Yeah, home away from I'm going, leaving your other kids and their family, the husband, they're coming to stay here alone. Having to hear you spend money, and over there they are spending money, so it's not easy for me.
So how are you managing financially? Because we do know that cancer treatment and care is also not cheap.
With the help of my husband's friend and my friend, that's why we are managing. Every day I've been calling them. This week we are going for our chemo, we are going to eye clinic. Please help us. That's what I've been doing. I've been begging every day. So my husband's friend has been helping, my friends, they have been helping me. That's the way I'm living here.
What do you do?
I'm a student midwife. So because of this, I have to defer my course. Well, my husband is taking care of me and other children. This thing has happened, so I have to choose one. Can't do two of them at the same time, so I have to choose my child and defer the course for the meantime.
And how long have they said the treatment is going to be?
The treatment, it depends. Some I've been there with some mothers and fathers in the hostel. Some are there for 3 years.
They've been there for 3 years?
Yes, some are 1 year, 6 months. So I don't know. Everything is in the hands of God. I don't know when I'm going home.
But you've had 3 cycles of the chemo.
Yeah.
What reports have you been given? What have you been told?
For my own, when the pathology results came, obviously I heard the doctors, wow, this is what good news. So I asked them, doctor, what is going on? He said that your result is good. That is what we are expecting. For just 2 months going through the chemo and doing the surgery, and now like your result is good. So I should keep on praying. Maybe things will be okay for us. Maybe we'll not stay there for maybe 1 year, and I'm hoping so.
Tell me about his other eye.
For other eye, can see even more than you. Can see everything. Obviously, he has been using the one eye. I think I didn't notify this eye early. So
long time.
Yeah, so he has been using the one eye for everything he has been doing. Yeah, so he's easy with this. He do everything with himself. That's all.
I see. So that eye was there, but you're just realizing that it wasn't really functioning.
Yeah, it wasn't really functioning. So when the doctors told me that they will remove it, I said no, they shouldn't remove it. But I thought that why? This eye is the only time I see it, and then I become more sad. Let it go out so that I will be okay with myself. It's not easy.
Has your husband seen him?
Yes, he used to come here.
He comes to see
him. I can even control it more than my husband. I'm even stronger than him for the pains, because he's only one boy. He can't bear the pains. But obviously me, I'm here. I know what is going on. So sometimes I say, oh, it's well. Others came and meet me, but they are gone. So there's more hope. That's what I've been saying. There's hope. Shall be well.
I am glad that at least you have moved from what have I done to deserve this? Have I wronged God? To believing that there is hope. And these are the stories of hope we want to share. This is not what we want. You don't want anybody going through 40 weeks of pregnancy and not being able to enjoy the bliss of having their child grow normally and develop, But then, as difficult as it is, I am happy that you're beginning to find hope and being hopeful that everything will be well. Doc, usually how long does the treatment take?
So like she said, it depends on the stage of the cancer. So if we catch it very early, then commonly, let me say less than 2 years, it should be done.
And in those 2 years, what are you doing?
So you're not taking chemo every day.
Okay.
Sometimes it's weekly, okay, until you do the surgery, and then the duration increases afterwards. The frequency reduces the higher you go. Yeah.
I think we're assuming that everybody knows what chemo is.
Okay. So there are some special drugs that we give to children with cancers. So we call them chemotherapy drugs. So which short name is chemo.
Okay.
Yeah.
She talked about how badly it treats them when they take it. I know it's been administered to them for them to feel better, yet it breaks them down, makes them sick and all that. How is that handled?
So that's very true. You see, the purpose of the drug is to kill the cancer cells. But remember that the cancer cells are from the normal cells. And so sometimes some of the normal cells die alone. And so let's say the blood cells die alone or the white blood cells die alone, then you need to support. That's where supportive care comes in. So we need to have blood readily available. We need to have antibiotics. We need to have our IV fluids. Most importantly, we need to have people that are there to be able to pick up early that, okay, this child is receiving treatment for cancer and has come in looking ill. So what's the problem? We sort him out quickly and then we do what we are supposed to do for him. They are actually very vulnerable around that time. Very, very vulnerable. And so we treat them special. She knows. So we have just a place where we see them alone. We don't let them join all the
when they are going through
the
chemo.
rest of the children to queue and all that. We have a special room for them. We have a special hostel for them. That's why she said home away from home. They are like a family in
Right
that
there.
hostel.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
I mean, like I mentioned, we have been there. We spent the whole day there. You observed them. Some of them looked pretty happy, you know. It's just that you know things are going on. You get to realize that, okay, some get discharged, they come back. Some also abandon the treatment and then will come back worse than before. And sometimes it is, it is bad.
Yeah.
Gloria, I hope you intend to follow through with the treatment.
Yes.
Don't
Very
abandon
important.
it at any given point in time.
No. That's why I just deferred my course.
Yeah. It's important. This is a pretty heavy conversation we are having, but we've still got to try and keep, our heads on. We'll take a pretty short break and we'll come back to continue. This is 40 Weeks and More, and today on the show we have been discussing childhood cancers. The one we are actually talking about is, they call it what? Retinoblastoma, and that's cancer of the eye. And we have been talking to Gloria, whose child has cancer of the eye. If you have seen the child on the set a couple of times, his eye, one of it, I think the right one, has been taken out, and it had to be done as a matter of urgency because the doctor said that, if you don't take care of it now, you could have further problems. So in as much as mother was doubting it from the beginning and didn't want it to happen, at some point in time, she had to agree to it to save the life of her only son. I think that's where her biggest pain lies. I have 3 daughters, and this is my only son. And if you're an African or a Ghanaian, then you know what it feels like in some jurisdictions to have a son, so I can understand Gloria's pain. However, I am a bit relieved, realizing that she has really listened to the caregivers, gone through the processes, and now has a bit of hope, knowing that it will be better. She also realizes that her situation is way better than some others. So Gloria is a bit calm now. Let me say thank you to our sponsors. I can't thank them enough. Ernest Chemist Limited, also to Ship Healthcare Specialist Medical Center, to Labadi Beach Hotel. You have held us, and we are really very grateful to you. Gloria, I like the smile I am seeing as compared to the tears we had from the beginning. Tell me, what's next for you and our baby?
My prayer is that God should touch somebody's heart to come and help us. In fact, we are in need.
What help do you need?
We need financial support.
You need financial support.
Because I want to go back to school. In the same time, I want my child to be free from cancer. And it's not easy.
I know.
So we are praying those who can help. They should reach out and help us. Those in Mother's Hostel at Sunshine. In fact, we are going through a lot. They feel that morning and afternoon, that's all. Some of us, you have to go to the daycare and ask for money to register, just 30 cedis. Sometimes you have to ask them money so that you can go and buy drugs for your child. It's not easy for us. Because you have to leave all what you are doing and come and stay there.
Here.
It's not easy. That's what I'm praying on other people, that if they can help, they should come and help us. We need a lot of support.
Gloria, you are here with us on the show today, right? So, if you're watching us and you're touched, she has 4 children. She has had to leave all of them, come and stay here, like all the many other mothers, you know, who are going through cancer treatment with their children. But Gloria is here with us. You probably want to support her a little bit, you know. Just anything you can support her with. Gloria, please put out your Momo number so that God will touch the hearts of a few people, and then you can get a bit of support. It may not be enough to carry you through the journey, but at least it might be sustaining a little bit. So please put out your mobile money number, okay?
054 66 92871. 054 66 92871. Gloria Owusu.
Okay. Are you planning to have another child?
No, hey, for the no. For the things I'm going through, no. I can't go through this thing again, no. I don't know what the next will be. So that's all.
So you're done?
Yes.
4 children, I think, is enough.
It's enough. More
So
than
let's
enough.
focus on taking care of
I've been
our
saying,
baby
like
boy.
I was saying, God give me, I want a boy, I want a boy. That's why it ended to the 4th one.
Oh no, we won't say that's why it ended that way. You know that when God gives you a gift, there's a reason why. Do you understand? There's a reason why. And you had the same person sitting here and saying that you've left everything in the hands of God because you believe that He is the supreme being who is able to come through for you somehow. So I'd like you to leave here still holding on to that hope. Okay? Hold on to that hope. Listen to what the doctors will say. As much as possible, follow through with the treatment and do whatever it is you can do in your human powers to ensure that your boy is well. Don't lose hope. Is that okay?
Okay.
Doc, we're wrapping up on our show very soon. What will be your final, strong parting words?
Thank you so much. What I would like to say is that cancer in children is real, and there are different types of cancers, but in the case of cancer of the eye, every mother should consciously look into their baby's eye. When you take a picture, look into the middle of the eye. What color do I see? So what you expect to see is red reflex, to appear red. Okay. If it happens to look whitish, please do not hesitate to visit a hospital, specifically where you would get to see a pediatrician. It's very important. And if you are not satisfied with what they are telling you, make sure you find yourself in Confanoche or Kolebu Teaching Hospital. So for now, these are the two main centers that are able to handle childhood cancers. Other centers are popping up, but for now, those two centers. And this is to my fellow clinicians and other healthcare staff, the nurses and everybody. If you happen to see any baby, or if any mother happen to come to you complaining that their child's eye appears whitish inside, please, let's make sure that they get to see a pediatrician. Very important, either at the regional level, or if you have a district pediatrician, make sure they see. If you also have an ophthalmologist by you, like ophthalmologist, please make sure that they also have a look at it. And I would encourage that you have their contacts, follow up, and ensure that they end up in Kolebu or Confanoche Hospital, where they will be holistically reviewed to make sure that it is not cancer. So there are other conditions that can cause whitish in the eye, but the worst of it all is cancer. The others can always wait. We call them benign. Okay, they can hold on a bit, but the cancer keeps multiplying, doesn't wait for anybody. So it's important we make sure that we rule cancer out before we think of other conditions.
Doc, you also mentioned earlier that sometimes there's a squint, and it could also be a sign. So would I be right to say that you don't just have to look out for that whitish thing we are talking about, but then if you see any abnormality in the child's eye, you should seek help?
That's very true. Any abnormality, you should seek help.
Great. Okay. So the squint, I remember, one of my children, the eyeball just kept shaking like that. It was really never stable. You had to go to hospital for treatment several times and she had a light squint, but you went through it and it was really nothing.
Yes.
So what it is that look out for, the whitish when you take a photo, but then also look out for any other abnormality, and don't let anybody tell you that. Let the doctors tell you that it's nothing. Rest. And this is where I'd like to really commend Gloria. She saw it, felt like there's something wrong with my son's eye, told the husband, went to a healthcare, she wasn't satisfied, went to a higher one, she wasn't satisfied, followed on to the third one, and then accepted that, okay, my child has a problem. And when they told her that this is what we have to do to save your child's life, she didn't sleep on it at all. Gloria, congratulations. Your story will inspire a lot of people. I'm sure you will have some advice for mothers as well. Please put it out there and let's close.
My little advice to the mothers, they have to just study their case. In fact, it's not easy. If you get that chance to be in the cancer ward, it's not easy. So if you are fortunate to get a child, please just take good care of them. I've seen those kids with cancer, the way they behave, and I've seen the cancer, it does not give them any pains. They don't feel any pains until they had their chemotherapy. So if your child is suffering, like you see something like anything, discharges, or the reddish with the eye, please don't be in the house and say, I did some, just
eye drops and things.
No, please. Even my own, the doctor says it was early, but one had to be removed. So don't stay in the house. There are a lot of people outside there. They are going through this because of the financial support, and sometimes because of curiosity. Those people know you go here, someone will tell you, oh, go here, because of that. They are keeping the children away from treatment. The treatment. So my advice to the parent that if it happens, please, you just come. Maybe you may not have the helper, and God will touch people's hearts to help you. Because Ghana, we don't have future. For me, for me being the cancer ward, last time I overheard doctor said we have 700 folders, children suffering from cancer, excluding those who are no more. So I've been looking, I think, God, then Ghana, it means we don't have future. So if our future leaders are even going through this, what is going to happen after our generation, after we have gone? What is going to happen to the world, our nation, our country? My advice to the president, everybody, please come together and let's save our little children. It's not easy going through this.
Gloria, thank you very much. And if you know, we are doing this with SHIP Healthcare Specialist Medical Center. And so if you want to actually support the cancer unit and children living with cancer, and we want to have, you know, that collective place that we are doing all of these and sending the help there, please just make a phone call quickly to 0302611880, and you will be helped, or you will be directed as to what you can do to make a donation. But this is where we are wrapping up on 40 weeks and more today. I'd like to say a very big thank you to all of you for staying tuned in. I do hope and pray that we have been able to inform, educate, and also create some awareness when it comes to childhood cancers and what you must do as parents and even as health workers, especially so with very little children. So we're leaving you. Keep the awareness going. Talk to other people about what you have learned. And next week, we will come your way with yet another educative segment on 40 weeks and more. My name is Edem Knight-Tay. We're out.